Friends keep disappointing you. Here's some things that you can do. Hey guys, it's Dom here. Let's be real, disappointment sucks. It sucks even more when it comes from a friend. Here's some of my thoughts on some things you can do to stop friends from disappointing you. Let's get into it. So the first video I ever made was about stopping friends from disappointing you. It's been a while since then, so I figured we could revisit it. Now keep in mind, these are based on my experiences. First, you want to understand how your friendship works. One of the biggest reasons for disappointment is not even understanding what type of friendship you have or the roles you play in those friendships. What do I mean by that? Not all friendships are created the same. You don't have the same dynamic that you will with other friendships. It comes with its own nuances. It's unique in its own way. Focus on where the relationship is today. Not in the past, not what it could be, but where it is right now. Relationships grow and fade over time. So holding on to how things used to be or how they could be doesn't really help you right now. It's different levels of friendship. Sometimes you got travel buddies, you got friends you go out with, and for that one thing they're amazing, but you start giving them some other roles, you start getting disappointed real fast. Sometimes you're just better off as those associates are just doing those things. And that's why it's important to know that role. I mean, that's the difference between you being associates and best friends. If y'all not on the same page, there's a big disconnect. And I also want to talk to you about accepting shortcomings. Listen, we all got our flaws. As dope as your friends are, chances are they probably have flaws of their own, and you probably know about it. Try to accept their shortcomings. You can get disappointed with friends because we put them in situations to fail. If you know your friend isn't good on getting somewhere on time, that's not the person that you need to depend on getting on a time-based thing. It's common sense, but we don't think about it when we're doing it. And we get just as mad when it don't work out. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that your friends are blameless, but if you got an idea of how they are, you can help the situation. Put them in situations to not fail. If they like to come somewhere late, instead of saying it starts at 5:30, say it starts at 5. Also, you want to make sure that the relationship is balanced. Look, every friendship has benefits, whether it's a good laugh, someone to vent to, maybe a dinner or a round or two at the bar. These are not things that we even think about until it starts to feel like it's becoming more one-sided. This can obviously lead to some disappointments. This isn't about keeping score on who does what, but nobody wants to be in a situation where they're constantly just giving and devote a lot of energy to something and it's not returned. Another thing to consider too, stop focusing on what they can do for you. Have you ever known somebody, or if we're being real, maybe it was you, where a big reason you became somebody's friend was for something specific that they could do for you? I mean, these are more common in like business, relationships, and things of that nature. So unless you got that type of understanding, I would say not to focus so much on what they can do for you. Even if you're trying to get that thing, just know if that's all you're focused on, it's going to show in your demeanor. You remember when you was a kid and you wanted like a toy or something at the store, you know your mom ain't about to buy you that shit. But you try to keep coming up with roundabout ways to convince her, like, oh look, this is $5.69. You know, it's pretty obvious to everybody what you want. That's how you come across if you really just focus on this one thing from this friendship. Everything in the conversation, all your actions is going to lead back to that. And that's not even going to get you what you want. Let somebody decide to do those things for you. And another thing, finally, I say, space can be a good thing. Distance isn't always bad. Now let me start by saying I've never subscribed to getting rid of your friends. If you can't grow with them or y'all really are at odds, I would just do some distance temporarily just to see if the relationship can improve. And why do I say that? We're all growing in different ways, and some things that you may disagree about may not even be the case in 6 months to a year or some time. So you can sometimes just give space and it can resolve itself. Think about when we was kids. For those of you who had siblings, if you ever lived with your brother and sister in the same room, yeah, you love them to death, but you know how that was growing up. And a lot of that got resolved just not being in the house together. It's real easy to even maintain that now with social media. You can kind of be friends from afar, and that way you don't have to be directly involved on the day-to-day thing. And really, as we get older, people take on families, demanding jobs. Like, how often are you even seeing some of these friends anyway? You really down to just give up on the friendship for somebody you only gonna see maybe 3 times a year? Give it some time, it might could change. So those are just some of my thoughts. That's gonna do it for me today. I want you to be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of those great things. Got some merchandise coming soon. Pretty excited about it. I'm out.